For some food now, Joseph is in the kitchen. Joseph, we're looking forward to this all morning. Talk us through it. What we got?
Well, what you've got in front of you is a lovely filled pasta shell with like a lovely creamy ricotta, mascarpone, spinach filling, a nice spicy arrabbiata sauce just underneath. That's what I'm going to start us off with today.
That is a nice level of heat.
It's nice, isn't it? It's like warm, it's like subtle, it's not overpowering.
Would you like really spicy stuff?
I do love really spicy
food. So when you
food.
said you were doing arrabbiata, I thought, he's going to blow my socks off.
He's going to go overboard.
Yeah, but it's really good.
I've been really careful and attentive. And what we want to do with this arrabbiata sauce is start off with just some onions frying, a little bit of garlic as well, because is there a better combination?
No.
Then a bit of onion and garlic is going to go in. And then just a little pinch of chilli. Now, I mean, it's funny that you bring up the fact that you know I like spicy food.
Yeah.
I do often get a bit carried away.
Yeah.
So you just want like a little pinch of the dried chilli flakes in there because they go a really long way.
Yeah.
Do you always use dry?
I don't always use dry, and in fact, for this recipe, you can use fresh chilli if you'd like to. I think because I like to sweat the onion down with the garlic, the dry chilli like actually almost rehydrates a little bit in the oil, and I just like that effect. Like the longer you cook it for, there's no waste. It's easy, it's cheap. You know.
This is quite onion heavy, but is that in a good way? I mean, like it's quite an oniony sauce. Is that what arrabbiata is normally like?
Do you know what? There will probably be a bunch of different versions of it, but in all honesty, I quite like having the onions in there because like it brings that little bit of sweetness that balances out the acidity of the tomato. I use tomato paste. In all honesty, for a lot of the tomato sauces that I use, I'll go with paste because it's got that nice concentrated tomatoey flavour.
We learnt this the other day in Bologna. They use tomato paste in their bologneses.
Yeah.
So that's more, it's quite a traditional thing.
Well, because the bolognese, the ragu, is traditionally a meat sauce. It's like, people think of it as like a really tomatoey sauce, but actually the meat is supposed to shine.
It's the key.
So you have this nice, rich tomato paste. That's going to get to know all the chilli and the garlic in there. And then what I'll do is I'll just dilute it. Obviously, it's very concentrated, right? So I'll dilute it with a little bit of water, and that can go in there. And that will slowly just start to make a really lovely tomatoey sauce. I'm just going to give that a mix.
The thing is, you can do that in itself will just stand alone and you stick some dry pasta in there and that's your dinner, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this is just like a base. It's like acts as a tomato sauce base, and then you can take it wherever you want. You can throw some anchovies and olives in there.
Yeah.
You can, you know, I know you like a meat in your sauce, Dermot. You can chuck
fish. I love a bit of anchovy.
So you can really take it as a base, and that's sort of what I'm using it as. So this is going to be the base for our dish, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you how we're going to make our filling for these pasta shells.
Okay.
I've already got some shells cooked.
So you pre-cook them.
So
al dente.
Al dente. And actually, that's a really good point. We're going to be putting this back into the oven, so I might even slightly undercook the pasta shell.
Al dente dente.
Al dente dente.
Al dente.
Got a little bit on your...
I'm sure I know what you mean.
You've been too busy tucking in over there. Right, so what I've got here is I've got some ricotta and some mascarpone. I like to use 50-50. The mascarpone's got this lovely creaminess to it, and then the ricotta's got that lovely flavour. That all goes in here. And then what I've also got is some spinach. Now,
so nice.
This is the amount that it seems like quite a lot, but then you cook it, you blanch it. I actually, if I've been cooking the pasta, I'll cook the pasta and then I'll just blanch the spinach in the same pasta water, take it out, drain it, squeeze it, and then you've got this is chopped as well, chopped spinach, and then this all gets mixed together.
And draining it's key, otherwise you're going to be very soggy.
It's very soggy, it's very watery.
Could you use frozen, or would that be a bit too spinach?
What, as in spinach that's been cooked and then frozen? I'm sure you could, but it's just important to squeeze all of that moisture out before you put it in here. So we've got our 2 cheeses in here. We've got the spinach.
This is really good.
I've noticed that you both tucked in. Go on, tell me, what do you think?
I like because the creaminess of the mascarpone and the ricotta is kind of cooling against the arrabbiata.
Also, it's really light. Like for a pasta dish, you don't feel like you're filling up.
Well, that's what's quite nice about it being, like, it's vegetarian, right? I mean, obviously, we're going to finish it with Parmesan, but you can have vegetarian Parmesan. And something that I quite like about that is the lightness of it. Like, it's not too heavy. Maybe, you know, it's the summer, the sun's shining. You want, like, a lovely, homely, but light pasta dish. This is the type of thing I picture, you know, if I'm in Italy with my friends.
I'm thinking late summer, early autumn. It's a great late summer, early autumn dish, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do you call these pasta shells? What, I mean, like...
You've really tried to stitch me up there, because this is one of the hardest ones to pronounce.
Oh, you know it, though.
Conchiglia.
Conchiglia.
I think. Now we're going to find out if I'm right in about 24 hours.
Probably just sworn horribly in the
Sorry, Joseph, that wasn't my intention.
If he has, we apologise.
I know that the CHE in the spelling in Italian is like che. So I think it's conchiglia. But we will find out if I'm right or not very soon. Yeah.
Don't you worry.
So this is the lovely filling that we have, and then we have some pasta shells over here.
And
are these as big as you get, Joe, the pasta shells?
Yeah, I mean, these are, I think you can get bigger than this, but I like this size for this dish, because we're going to put a few in here. We've got our sauce that's just smelling gorgeous.
And you filled these up with a little bag, which I just want to
Go on, get in there.
There you go.
That's nice, Holly.
Thank you.
So,
it's like deeply satisfying. Sorry, I'll get
I'm going to grab them, and then what we'll do here, and I'm going to go as quick as I can, we'll just pop these in.
How long do they go in there for?
These won't go in here on the hob for that long. We're just going to pop them in here with the sauce, cover them in some Parmesan, and then we're going to pop them in the oven, 200 degrees, for somewhere around 20 minutes. And then what we'll be left with, we'll see if I have time.
20 seems like quite a long time, considering everything's cooked already. Is that...
Well, it just gives it time to sort of... You get that lovely crispy... You know when you have like a lasagna?
I love that.
Right? And you get that lovely sort of crispy texture on the edge of the pasta.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got some Parmesan.
Joe, this is the best lunch I've had in ages.
It's good, isn't it?
I hope none of our other chefs are watching. If you are, I don't mean.
If you are, he'll say exactly the same to you when you come in.
This is the best lunch I've had.
Look, I'm going to show you this just before I pop this that one into the oven. I'll show you this finished product. That is what you'll be left with, and I love it. Look at that, the little dark spots there. The cheese gets all melted and creamy.
That's what that 20 minutes does. Joseph, this is lovely. Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
Really
nice to see you
both.
And you as well.
Back to spotting those albatross. If you fancy giving Joseph's dish a go at home, the full recipe is on the This Morning app.
Coming up, the Strictly Ballroom is far